Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy and a special guest,
This is Toucan.
Toucan. Hi Toucan! I just met Jessica Jr. too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So we are inundated with baby chicks right now.
Mm-hmm. That you are. Okay.
Yes. So also, besides being here with Toucan, I'm also here with my bestie Jessica.
You are.
Oh, and maybe a different. Is this Jessica Jr. or just Junior?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Or JJ. We're gonna call that one JJ. No, Junior.
So
Hi Jessica Jr.
this is an Easter egger. I'm really
Okay.
curious to see what she's going to end up looking like. And this
Uh-huh.
is a barred rock.
Okay. All right.
Okay. My
Well,
helper shall take them back now.
okay. Well, let's start talking about some books. So we're going to talk about this is our books that need more hype video.
Yes.
You guys like
Hype
these?
those books up.
Mm-hmm. So why don't you tell them the things you need to tell them, then we'll talk about hyping books.
Okay, so we have lots of stuff going on our channel this month. So we do have book club April 24th. That is stolen by J.M. Johnson, which is our trope for this month is MC. So I think that's going to be a very good trope for us to dive into. And then we also are celebrating our 3-year buddy anniversary with Amber and Jen. We have the 4 different books that you can choose from. You can read all, none, some, and we're just going to have a great time. And that is on April 19th, 1 p.m. on our channel. Both of those are live shows, but you can always catch the replay. But you want to catch the live show for the buddy read if you want to be able to get the giveaway that we have going on for that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what?
Well, I'm trying to think, when does this video come out? This week. So we also do have Snap Decision by Lisa Suzanne as our giveaway right now. So hit that subscribe button, head over to Lisa's Facebook reader group, which is linked below, and share a screenshot and that you've subscribed and you will be entered to win.
Okay.
And always check back for more giveaways on our channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's chat about books that need more hype.
Yes, let's.
How did you choose yours this time around?
I chose mine. Sorry, the cat is trying to get in here because she's very intrigued by the chirping.
Yeah.
I chose mine. All of mine this time are books that I've probably, I think, read in the last 6 months. And they all have less than 1,000 ratings or reviews.
Okay. Yeah, I have one that has 1,000, but everything else is less. I have one that has 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So definitely
On
books
Goodreads.
you need to go check out, and they need that hype.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, then let's get started talking about them.
Let's
do that. Okay.
Peanut butter pretzel.
Is that what I am today? A peanut butter pretzel? Cool. Okay. That is not one that we need to do here. Okay, so let's talk. A couple of these that I have here have actually gotten audio recently, and so I'm hoping that it helps to hype the books. But
yes, we'll that'd be good.
Yeah. Okay, so the first book that I have is Lost in here. Okay, I have a BJ Alpha book. And so that is Stone by BJ Alpha. When I did this on Goodreads, it only has 902 ratings. So, but there is audio out for this one. Now, this is the first book in her Carrera Mafia family series. This is about Stone and Sienna. And this is a step sibling or half sibling relationship. It's a taboo relationship. So this is obviously about Stone. He's our hero. He is an MMA fighter. He has amnesia. He doesn't remember his life after a certain point. Like, he doesn't remember anything, honestly, but he was in a bad accident. And then he was brought home by his father, who is a mafia dude. And so he is basically the bastard son to the mafia guy. And they abuse him all the time. Like, he has, I know I've talked about this before, where doesn't have the sense of taste as much as he should have, because his tongue has been cut up so many times. He scars all over his body. He doesn't remember who he was before. I think it was before the age of like 14 or 15, when he went to live with his father. His father is very cruel to him. He is tortured all the time. And then you have Sienna. She is the daughter to the mafia guy, and she is his half sister. And she is being forced to marry somebody that she doesn't want to marry. And Stone and her have a connection, and there is something going on there. And yeah, yeah, their story's out now. Audio was done by Desiree Ketchum and James Cassidy, and it was amazing. And let me just say, nothing is as it seems. So just read and read it. Just read or listen to it. Do it. Okay.
Okay, my first book is going to be Beautifully Broken by Laura Lee. This has 956 reviews or ratings over on Goodreads. So this is an age gap. We have Kat. Kat is still in high school, but she has basically been raising herself. Her mom is really struggling with life and is an addict and all of those things. And so Kat has pretty much been on her own. And she uses sex as an avoidance to the trauma that she has dealt with. She meets Gavin at a bar, lies about her age. They go home together. It's actually just her 18th birthday. I think she tells him she is 22. They go home together, and then she finds out, or they find out, I guess, at school, because she's still in high school, that he is now her teacher. But they had quite the connection together. She's got a lot of trauma. There's a lot to unpack. Really love this one.
Okay.
Let's type it up if you like age gap and not taboo.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the next book that I have is the one that has the most reviews on Goodreads. It has 1,087, but literally they've come in within the last week, because when I read it a couple weeks ago, it had nowhere near that many. So I think this one is actually going to take off, and that is Tormented Omega by Mary Magdalene. I feel like I've talked about this a crap ton, but that's because we filmed the video last night where I talked about it being my top read of March, and the new book came out this week, the second book, because it is a duet, and I talked about it this morning when we filmed our 1 minute wrap up. So, or 1 minute book rec. So I feel like I've talked about this a lot, but we're going to talk about it again. So I'm sorry, but you guys need to be reading this. If you read Omegaverse, this is amazing. So this story is about V. V is an Omega, and in this society, because the society with Omegaverse, I always feel a little somewhat dystopian because things are just different. There's different rules, right? Bless you. And so in this world, you have to have, if you're an Omega, you have to have an Alpha. Otherwise, you are at the this compound that they keep the Omegas at. And this compound is like white walls and not comforting at all to Omegas. And V had a pack before. The other thing you need to know is if these packs find their scent match, which is like the ultimate thing, that's like their fated mate. If they find their scent match, they're drawn to that scent match. That's who they want to protect. That's what their alpha tendencies tell them who they should be with. If they bond an Omega who is not in their scent match, or who's not their scent match, then they will never find their scent match. And so V was with a pack years ago. The pack found their scent match, and they sent her back to the Omega compound. I think they called it the Academy or Institute or whatever. They sent her back there, and it was very traumatic for her to be rejected like that. And then now she has been with this new pack for 5 years, almost 5 years. And they promised her at the 5-year mark that they would claim her and bind her to the pack if they don't find their scent match. So they're like a couple weeks out from that. They're having this great day. They take her to the zoo, which is her favorite place to go. They do some family time. They do all that good stuff with her. And they sit her down that night. They say they have something they want to talk to her about. She thinks they're going to say it's time. But what they sit her down and tell her is that they found their scent match. They've known about her for a couple of months. They've been courting her behind V's back. And now they're going to bring her to live with them. And they're going to keep both Omegas. They're not going to send her back, but she's going to have to live with their scent match. And all 3 of her alphas are bonded to this person as a scent match. And so this is very, very angsty because they're going to want to side with their scent match. They're going to want to spend time with their scent match. When their scent match cries or needs attention, they all go running. And so there's all of these rules set in place that just kind of go by the wayside very quickly. Like they have a schedule for who's going to sleep with who on what days. Lasts about a week. And she gets very neglected, and there's some things that happen. There's some really cruel things that happen. I loved it. Y'all should be reading it. This one really just needs to be hyped up. It is very angsty. It is a very angsty emotional ride. It's just so good. It will be in my top of the year. I know I've said that before. I'm going to tell you again. It's going to be up there.
Okay.
Next.
All right. My next one is I Wish I Would Have Warned You by Whitney G. This currently has 665 ratings. So this is about Emily and Cole. Emily and Cole, I'm going to be a little vague on this one because this is kind of a go in blind one. That's how I did it and I really enjoyed it. So I'll be a little vague and you guys can hopefully be intrigued enough to go check it out. So we have Emily and Cole. They end up meeting when he gives her a ride home and they feel a big connection towards each other. Well, Emily's mom has been pretty unstable most of her life. They're living in a motel. They'll live somewhere for a while and mom moves them somewhere else. So her mom, she gets home and her mom is like, "Oh, we're moving in with my new rich boyfriend." And so she goes to move in with they go to move in and it turns out the new rich boyfriend's son is Cole, the guy who gave her a ride home that she kind of felt a connection with. So they are now going to be step siblings. Lots more happens in this, but it's definitely I really enjoyed going in blind. So I'm just
Okay.
gonna leave it at that. Hopefully you're intrigued enough to go check it out. It's Whitney G, so the book, it's more of a novella, so it's not a huge commitment to a book going in blind, if that makes sense. But
Okay.
go check it out. Needs more hype. It was
All
good.
right. So the next one I have is one I've talked about a couple of times before. I haven't talked about it for a while, but that is Cruel Love by E.K. Hunter. It has 840 ratings on Goodreads. Audio did come out this year for it, and it was very well done. So this is a dark, very dark romance. This is about Willow and James. So Willow it's a secret society romance. Willow lives at Pear Tree House. She is an assistant to a woman who is in charge of the girls at Pear Tree House. Basically, the whole premise of this place that she's in is that the men in the secret society pick up women who are girls. They pick them up around the age of 10 when they're still malleable, but they get girls who have been discarded or homeless or unwanted and they don't have families, and they bring them to Pear Tree House and they give them a somewhat plush life there. And then when they're about the age of 16, they start to train them. And then when they're at the age of 18, that is when they are selected by the men of the secret society to become wives to these men. And so they're trained in how to please a man. They're trained in how to, fetch his slippers at the end of the day and, all the good stuff or whatever they do, right? Like it's just really kind of crazy. Well, she, for whatever reason, has been set aside and made an assistant to this woman, but she has been there since she's 10. She has amnesia. She doesn't remember her life before coming to this place. And then you have James. He is the oldest son, and his father has told him that he is to get married within the next month and produce an heir within 3 months or get her pregnant within 3 months, or he is going to give his position on this head council of the secret society to the sniveling cousin. And so what does he do? He goes to Pear Tree House to find himself a woman, and it's not the time. Like, they have a graduation ceremony, and that is when they're supposed to select these women. It is about a month or so before the graduation ceremony, and the head mistress lady is bringing in all these girls, and he is just not having it. He doesn't like any of them, and then he asks for something to drink, and that is where Willow comes in, and he notices her, and there's something about her, and he wants that one. He has to fight for her, but he wants that one, and so that is where she's given to this very cruel man to be her husband on the day she turns 18. Literally like at midnight on the day she turns 18. About a
Wow.
month later. Yeah. So good though. She has amnesia, Mandy. How come you're not all over this stuff?
I
Man.
don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right, next.
Okay. My next one is a thriller. It is an author who does write romance, so I'm throwing it in there because I really love this one, and I know a lot of our viewers also enjoy a thriller or a suspenseful book every now and again as well. So this is The Perfect Murder by Amanda McKenney. It only has 589 reviews on it, and it is really worth the read. So it is a page turner. So we have Savvy, who writes cozy mysteries, like think baked goods type cozy mysteries. Okay. And so she's been writing. It's an escape for her. She's got a lot of things that have happened in her life. And so this is how she kind of deals with it. Her husband's gone all the time working. And so she uses writing as an escape. And she has decided to write a thriller. And so no one knows that she's writing this because, again, she writes those cozy mysteries. So she's been writing this thriller late at night and starts to freak out because things that she's writing about start actually happening. And so I'm going to leave it at that because it is a thriller. So I don't want to give too much. Oops. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
I don't want to give too much away, but it's so good. Like she starts investigating people, she's spying on people and watching them, trying to figure out what is going on and how somebody knows what she's writing. Like, how is that happening?
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay.
Go read
All
it.
right.
Okay.
Well, my next book only has 97 ratings,
Ooh.
and it has amnesia too. And that is Deliria by Ellie Sanders. So I can't believe this one only has 97 ratings, but it just does. Okay, so this one, and like I've told you guys before when I've talked about this, the other time that I talked about it, this one has two different versions. If you get it on Amazon, this is the softer version with the HEA. And then if you don't get the softer version, which they're both dark, but if you don't get the softer version, you're not guaranteed that HEA. And I don't know what happens because I didn't want to know what happened because I didn't want it to skew my thoughts on this one. But this is about Scarlett. Scarlett is married and she lives in the UK. Her husband has this big family estate on this island, and she can see, like, when the tide goes out, there's like a land bridge where they could walk to the city. But where they're at, the water comes rushing in quite a bit. She doesn't know how to swim. It's a problem. But she does have amnesia, so she doesn't even remember marrying the guy that she's married to. So she is on this island in this grand estate with his family. His stepbrother is, or not stepbrother, his brother is there, who's very cruel to her. His mother is there, who's very cruel to her. And his father is there, who's a little bit on the creepy side as well. And every morning it's like her slate has gotten wiped clean. She's waking up, but she doesn't feel rested. She doesn't remember what happened the night before. She can't remember her life past, a few months ago. She's told they're there for her mental health to get her better. She'll notice things like footprints and stuff where it looks like she'd been running at night, trying to escape, and she can't remember why. There's times when she just wants to jump off the cliff. She doesn't know what's happening, but there are a lot of dark things going on and on around her. We're not sure who the actual hero is going to be. I think he's an anti-hero more than he is a hero. Like, we don't know what's happening, and it is so friggin' great. It's just great. It's great. Dark. Check your triggers. It's very dark, but it's great.
Okay.
Okay. Again, Mandy, there's another amnesia book for you.
I hear this. I hear this.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I must just really have murder on the brain or something.
I must have amnesia on the brain. Okay.
Yeah. So my next book only has 502 ratings. This is an author that I think is a little more well known, and this is kind of a hidden gem of hers. So 502 ratings, and that is Countdown to Killing Curtis by Lauren Rowe. So in this, we have Buttercup. Buttercup, like you can kind of see from the picture, she describes herself as just being this beautiful, like Marilyn Monroe, like modern Marilyn Monroe. And she, her daddy tells her like how wonderful she is all the time, and her dad kind of make fun of her simple mom. And this kind of comes back to bite Buttercup in the butt because her dad ends up leaving, says he's going to California and he'll come back to get her, and he never returns for her. And so she ends up having to grow up with her mom, who she kind of just does not really care for. So she takes some matters into her own hands, which ends up landing her in foster care where she meets Wesley. And as soon as she turns 18, she leaves her foster home and heads out to California to become the next Marilyn Monroe. And this is where she meets Curtis. She calls him the porno king, and he promises that he is going to make her the next big star. And so that's what she does, is she's there to try and become the next big star. But this is the twist. We see some of this stuff happening in flashbacks, and we start off with her countdown basically to killing Curtis, and we go through trying to figure out why she wants to kill Curtis and what is happening. She is an unhinged heroine. There's a lot of like suspense to it. It's just a wild good time. So
Okay,
go read it.
go read it. All right. Well, my last book is the one that I said only has 6 ratings on Goodreads, which just is kind of crazy to me. So this is one that I talked about a couple of days ago as well. or I talked about it yesterday when we recorded because it was in my top reads of the month. But this is Destroy Me by Samantha Dyes, which is Mary Magdalene's other pen name. This is a dark romance. So it's a dark captive romance. So this is about Amelia. She's hiking with her boyfriend or fiance, and they decide to go overnight, can't hike and camp. They're kind of working on their relationship. There's been some stuff that's been happening lately that just hasn't been sitting right with her. And so this was kind of a way for them to reconnect. So they're hiking, they pitch a tent by a lake or by a river. Middle of the night, she wakes up and he's not there and she doesn't know where he is. And so she gets out to the tent to try and go find him. And that's when she runs into this guy in the middle of the night, this big burly guy, who grabs her and takes her captive, and he takes her back to his cabin. He does not talk to her. He'll talk to her in one word sentences. He keeps her chained up at all times. She doesn't know what happened to her fiance or where he went. And there's a lot of questions. Where did he go? What does this guy want with her? Why doesn't he talk? It's very interesting. That's all I'm going to say about it, because there's really not a lot that I can say about it, but just check your triggers, go into it knowing that it is dark, and it's worth it. It needs so much more hype than what it's gotten.
Okay. So my next one is one that you've read. You may have even have thrown it into a needs more hype video at one point in time, but when I went to check, this is only 104 ratings on Goodreads, and it definitely is worth more hype. She's an author that just needs more hype in general. Wonderful author. And that is The Woman by Rin Shear.
Yeah.
So in this, this is dystopian. So it's a little bit different world, but she does such a great job of creating it without it being long and drawn out. That's one reason I get tired in romantasy, is I get bored because I hate the world building. So I need things to go a little bit quicker. And she definitely does that in this. And it's also my understanding we should be seeing maybe some more books in this world as well. So we have Phoenix. He's 25. And in this, men pick their women, and their women are like robotic. They don't have personalities. They're simply there just to serve all of the man's needs, sexual and like housekeeping, that sort of thing. And they do not have personalities, and if they do, they're considered defective and they're taken. So we have Phoenix. So he's getting to pick his woman. He's really not interested in this. He's really busy building his empire basically. And it's a great honor that he's getting to pick so much earlier. And so he goes and ends up with Avery. And so, in case I haven't made this clear, women are definitely objects, right? So he ends up with Avery. She comes to live with him, and he starts to notice some things are happening, like maybe she is looking at him too long, or she seems to be acting a little different than what she should, which is considered defective. But he just might be intrigued by her. And again, if anybody finds out that a woman has any sort of personality or anything like that, the woman is taken. It's not up to like the man to be like, oh, it's okay if she has some personality. Like in this society, that is not okay. And it is a big time problem very quickly. So Avery has to really work at trying to keep things under wraps. And we have to figure out like, it's just a whole different society, basically. It's really good. It was a 5-star read for me. More people need to read it.
Oh, for sure. And I cannot wait for
Yeah.
the next book.
Yes.
And I know that Ren has said it's really hard to categorize it because of it's dystopian, but it's not quite dystopian, but it's not like it falls into this weird category, and that makes it hard for her to market it. But it's so good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. So, okay.
And in case anybody is wondering, it really is a romance.
Yes, it is a romance. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want there to be any question as we're discussing this woman with no personality.
Oh no, she's got a personality. She's not supposed to have one, but she's got one.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
It's everybody else is the Stepford wife around there. Okay, well there you go, guys. There are 10 books that really need more hype, so go get them and hype them up.
Go read all of them and then come check back with us now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully
we'll see you guys soon.
You found a couple that intrigued you.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So, okay.
All right. Well, make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and usually Wednesdays for new videos from us.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.